Welcome back to Low Country Spotlight. I want to give you a little background here. I moved to the Low Country a year ago, and to be honest, I thought I was the only genius that had figured out how much Charleston had to offer, only to get here and find out and be shocked that 43 people a day are moving into the Charleston area. One of the reasons is because there is so much to see and do here, and I get it. Something that is near and dear to my heart that I found when I moved here was perusing all the art galleries. And I have to say, it's not just one art gallery, it's a whole art gallery scene that seems to be going on here. And so my next guest is Gail Lansing. She's the director of the Sportsman Gallery, and she's going to talk a little bit about the whole gallery scene and about her gallery in particular. Gail, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me, Debbie.
I have a curious question though, personal.
Yes.
You were pre-med. How did you get from pre-med to director of a gallery?
How did you find that out?
I know everything.
I know you do. Well, I went to the University of Georgia, and while I was there, I decided that I would go into the School of the Arts. My family had a nervous breakdown because they thought, how in the world is she going to support herself? But it ended up working out just fine. Right, the starving artist thing. So yes, I ended up here in Charleston. I married the love of my life. He's a full-time artist, and I'm at the Sportsman's Gallery, which I just love. So we have a group of collectors that are amazing. They're very passionate about the field and stream experience, and we help them capture those memories through art.
Well, it's a very extensive and diverse contemporary wildlife sportsman type of art. The ones that I saw, I could clearly see hanging over a crackling fireplace in a study somewhere, or at the Thoroughbred Club in Charleston Place. It's that kind of art.
It is, it is. We make the transition between collectible fine art and contemporary emerging artists. And we do give back. We give back to organizations that can serve. We do that on a national level, and we do that on a local level as well.
Wonderful. Yeah, I always like to hear when local places are, you know, they're doing well, but they're also thinking of the community in which they're in. Right. I think that's wonderful. So, go ahead, I'm sorry.
We like to partner, and we partner on a national level and at a local level as well.
So, talk a little bit about not just the Sportsman Gallery, which I think is awesome, but about the whole kind of art gallery scene that's going on in Charleston. I mean, coming from Boston, I have seen some amazing galleries, but there is just something very unique and special about the galleries here.
I would say that we have a very intimate art colony here. And it is a colony. We start with the College of Charleston School of the Arts. We have the Fashion Institute at the other end of the peninsula. And then all sprinkled through, we have these wonderful galleries that are just amazing. And they all seem to have a little special niche.
They do.
And what they do. And it's sort of that friendly competition. If I don't have something at my gallery, I'll send them to another gallery, and vice versa. And the gallery owners and directors and associates, we get together socially on a social level where we're just having fun and enjoying Charleston.
And that's the one thing that I noticed is it really is a passion.
It is.
For this community and for the directors and for the artists. And the artists are very readily available to the public. I walked into a couple of galleries and they're painting, and they stop and they talk and they explain, and the directors are there and they come up and they ask if there's any questions you have. And you're right, it's very intimate, and I think that's what makes it so unique and special.
It's a very interactive place to be, and it goes beyond visual arts. We do have, of course, the drama, the acting, the music is amazing, and a lot of times we do combine all of those into one place and have an experience and an event that showcases all of those arts. One will be at the Cistern at the College of Charleston, where there will be gathering of musicians, two-dimensional, three-dimensional artists, actors will be there, all in one place.
That's great. And when is this?
That will happen at the end of this month. I can't remember exactly what date, but it'll happen at the end of this month.
Now, let me ask you, if someone were to go on your website, can they see samples of what's in the gallery? Can they see any activities, events that are coming up?
Absolutely. You would search by event or by artist or by subject matter, either of those things. We are having an event this month, Jan Lukens. It's an equestrian based artist. You love his work. You love his work. He will be, we're putting it up right now, today, and it will be up all month long. So please come and enjoy his work. It's amazing. He not only does equestrian subject matter, if you have a horse or a dog, he will do a portrait.
Oh, awesome. That's a lifetime gift right there.
Absolutely.
So just to kind of shift gears a little bit, this is a family affair. As you mentioned, your husband is a local artist, Stephen Elliott Webb, and I just love his work. Coming from Miami recently, I look at his stuff and I just see the beach breezes and drapes flowing, and I mean, it is just amazing work that he does. And he is at Mitchell Hill Gallery,
He's at
correct?
Mitchell Hill Gallery, and his work is very textural. It jumps off the canvas. There's a lot of movement. I have managed his career. So that can be a challenge, managing your husband's career, but it has worked out. After 23 years, we've sort of worked out the kinks of all that.
And I will tell you, I felt very privileged. He invited me to his studio, and I got to see a lot of his work. And then I was in an event recently at Mitchell Hill where he actually was doing a live piece.
That was to benefit the Roper Hospital. The Ryan White event was to benefit the Roper Hospital with HIV/AIDS. So that was a lot of fun watching him paint in the window, wasn't it?
Oh my, it was awesome. I mean, you know, because you see the finished product, but you don't see everything that goes into it, and he had everything there. At one point he had the fan, and he's doing the fan over all of the paint and whatever else he had going.
I know.
And it really gives an inside perspective as to what artists do.
That's the first painting that he's ever done that he allowed the gallerist to name it, and she named it In Plain Sight.
What a great name.
Isn't that a great name?
Yeah, that is a great name.
Absolutely.
So do you ever have, obviously you don't have artists come in and paint on site. You just house their collections.
We house their collections. We have had some performance in the past. We plan on doing more of that in the future.
I think that's such a great draw. You know, it adds a real personal touch.
We had a young lady who's just started her own company making clothing for women in the field, because usually a woman, if she wants to go out into the field, has to get men's clothing to fit her and get it tailored. She's actually creating clothes for women, and we had her come in and do an event, and that was a lot of fun.
Oh, that's great. Well, listen, we've run out of time, but I want to thank you so much for being here.
You're so welcome.
And I'm looking forward to spending more time in your gallery.
Thank you.
Please stay tuned. We are going to come right back, and we're going to have more art talk with Frank Russin from the Principal Gallery.